Hey girl!
Hi, Rosie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. How are you doing?
Oh my god, those curls are everything.
They're being good today. They're popping today.
Yes, they are gorgeous. Okay, I,
Thank
I
you.
want to encourage everybody who's joining us, all the Cobra Kai fans, to send along some questions and we'll try to get to as many as we can. Um, okay, so before we get into all the good stuff, not just from this season, but from all the previous seasons, can you tell me about when you first heard about the role and what made you want to go for the role of Carmen?
Well, it was a role like any other. And I think it was a series of like next day auditions, and I was pretty tired that week. But I just prepared for it like any other role. I mean, the fact that she's a mother and cares very much for her son was something that I could plug right into. So it was really nice. And, I sent in a self tape from New York at the time, and the producers got back to me with some adjustments, and I went and retaped it and sent it. And then they were like, great, you're hired. And I was like, great.
Okay, but this is Karate Kid. Did you not grow up like familiar with this world, or were you just not as big as of a fan of it? Or
No, I was very familiar. I grew up with the movies. Youngest of three. My oldest brother was basically like the Karate Kid in our house, and we all took karate, by the way, as a result
oh,
of the movie. Yeah, um, I knew it had to do with the Karate Kid, but it's just like I just had no idea how they were going to reimagine it. So kind of like in my own actor brain, I try not to overhype because then I'll just, be a mess. So I just, take it as it comes.
so wait. So the fact that you know karate and that we get that between Carmen and Johnny, could we be looking into the future here a little bit?
I definitely cannot claim to know karate because it's been so long. I will say my roundhouse kick is still pretty good. But it's been so long that I'm like, I can't, I'm a novice. I really am.
Well, but Carmen has a good teacher. But we can talk about that later. Let's let everybody pour in a little bit there. Um, so you're Latina too, right?
I am, yes, I'm Colombian
Ah,
American.
yeah.
So, yeah, first generation, both of my parents were from Bogota.
Oh, that I've been to Bogota like a couple of years ago. I was there 24 hours to go to a Juanes and Sebastián Yatra concert.
What?
I
How
love my
was
job.
what? I love your job too.
I love my time. Um,
That's amazing. Where are you
so,
from, Rosie?
my mom is Peruvian and my dad is Cuban. I'm
Awesome.
Yeah. So we gotta, we're representing Latinos out here, you and Sholo, in this universe that I grew up not seeing anybody who looked like me, so, which has led to some incredible moments, including you salsa dancing with Johnny, well, Billy, but
Yeah.
the character. That,
Yeah.
and I have to say that I have been the most emotional when you guys did that White Snake-ish uh music video. I grew up listening to hair bands. To see a
Yeah.
Latina play the sex pot in one of those was everything.
Yeah. Totally. I totally agree with you. In addition, my older brother was a headbanger. We used to tape headbangers ball for him. Um, ridiculous. I love all kinds of music, but I do love rock. Um, and I was just like, I was preparing, watching Whitesnake videos, and it was just hilarious.
So I mean, my crushes as a kid went from Daniel and Johnny, like it would vary, and now I'm completely torn as an adult. So to see that a Latina wins the heart of Johnny Lawrence, I mean, gives little me the hope that, oh my God, that could have been me. So can you kind of dive into the relationship between them from the beginning all the way to where we find them in season 3, where you guys finally hook up?
I know, right? It's been amazing. I think it's just a testament to how well written it is, how generous of an actor Billy is, and such a pro. I mean, I'm it. One of my favorite things is working with both of them, Ralph and Billy. It's like what? I'm feel immensely blessed. Um, It's been wonderful. And I think the writing is really a testament to it because it happens naturally and it happens kind of in this happenstance way. You know, at first she's even like has an aversion to him. She's like, what a loser. And then later on, she's like, oh my God, I'm attracted to him. You know, like I think it catches Carmen by surprise too. And she gets to see Johnny in a light that other characters don't get to see him in. You know, she sees him in this softer light. She sees his sensitive side more than other characters do. Um, I would equate it only with maybe Miguel sees that side of Johnny as well. But, you know, she sees him almost like he's coming into the role that she has limitations in. She can't be a father to her son. She's a single mother, you know, so she grows to really appreciate his genuine love for her son.
Which is a big spotlight of this season. After that huge accident in the finale of season 2, we finally, I mean, and it took us longer because everything switched from YouTube to Netflix. And those of us who have been watching since the YouTube, I'm speaking about me, I was like, no, I have to wait more time to find out what happened to Miguel. So can you kind of talk about where we pick up in the story, what Carmen is going through, seeing, you know, her son go through all of this and working with Xolo on those scenes?
Yeah, I mean, I think for Carmen, it's a very overwhelming circumstance to be in. You know, her pride and joy, like the essence of her life, basically, her son is, you know, struggling to make it. She is just destroyed, and she can't really handle anything else beyond that. But once he gets on his feet again, and she senses that that's okay, I think she can go back and reassess her feelings and, you know, do some deep digging really to come to forgive Johnny, because it's a really big step, you know, to have the humility to say, you know, I was wrong in this circumstance and now I see with clearer eyes. So it was nice. I really love her as a character.
And no, I love her as a character too, obviously. I've been living every single moment with you, like, oh my God, oh my, you know, cheering for you. And, you know, so Johnny also goes through a lot of stuff this season. I mean, yes, you guys hook up, but he had to go on this whole journey on his own in order to finally be in a space where he could be ready to accept what Carmen has to offer him. So can you talk a little bit about that?
I love how you put that. And I see it the exact same way. It's like they're kind of circling each other, you know, they're like, are you ready now? Are you ready now? And finally, yeah, when she comes to a place too where her feelings are, you know, she's a woman of strong emotion, you know, and I also love that about her. But she's also very intelligent with how she uses it and how she uses her words. And I think she tries most of all just to speak from her heart. You know, I think that's probably her motto. Like, if I speak from my heart, nothing can go wrong. So finally they come, you know, near the end of season 3 where he's in a position to really hear what she has to offer him. And I think she's really smart too, because she's very aware, you know, of what's going on. Despite, you know, her strong emotions, she's able to see clearly the whole situation.
Well, I also love that because we like to look down upon the character of Johnny so much, but we also have to realize, like, he values his relationship with Miguel and his relationship with you so much that he has purposely stayed away until he could be in that space. So I really like that they, you know, because it's very easy to say, oh, he's the bad guy, or he's, you know, this person is the bad guy. But at the end of the day, we all have like our own stories from before, you know, these relationships. And he needed to have that closure with Ali before he could move on.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. And I think it's kind of like it's told in a way that how life happens. We are not so keenly aware of these things that are blocking us, right? So to see it revealed to us on the screen, it's kind of, there's some satisfaction to it. Like, we're like, yeah, you needed that, man. You know, and it's just kind of like really nice to, and then at the end, when you see that purpose and that drive really plug in to Johnny's character, I think we're all like rooting for him, like, you know, at the end there.
Okay. So obviously you can't speak about season 4. Everybody in the comments just wants to know when they can expect to see season 4, but season 4 has not even been shot yet. So who knows?
It hasn't been shot yet. So who knows?
Will
But
there be days, you think, because of COVID?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. And like, if we learned anything last year, it's like go with the flow. You know, we make big plans, they might be changed. Who knows? But what I do know is that we're all really eager to get back to work.
Safely, of course, I'm sure.
Yes.
Um, since you obviously don't know what's coming up, how do you, Vanessa, imagine that Miguel will take the news that his mom and his sensei are together? That's very delicate.
Oh my gosh. I think that there's a lot of humor that could be explored in that dynamic because she's like really presented herself in such a way to her son that like now maybe she gets to be a little bit of the teenager. So I'm really excited to see that part of Carmen. And yeah, I mean, I hope that it's treated with humor and delicacy, and that we do get to see these two characters, Johnny and Carmen, come together more and really kind of, you know, live the fruits of their kind of labor with each other. Because I think they've been working with each other for a long time, you know, learning from each other and seeing each other heal in different ways.
Well, and now that the two dojos are together, you know, with Daniel and Johnny, maybe we can see more double dates between Amanda and Daniel and Carmen. I need to see more salsa dance nights, and it's super fun.
I know. That's one thing that I'm like, I think the salsa dancing needs to happen again.
Please tell me what Billy was like dancing salsa with. Was he stepping over your feet? Did he take some classes?
Yeah,
A good
tell a Billy like that. No, it's you know, they didn't really give us too much choreography. They're just like, I think they just let us go because they wanted to like, you know, catch the magic of the moment, really.
Yep, you're Colombian.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I learned quickly growing up that I had to learn how to salsa dance if I was gonna survive in my family. So so yeah, I taught him a little bit on the side. I did. I was like, you know, it's kind of like this. And we played yeah, we played some Colombian salsa actually in the actual scene. I know they, you know, probably dubbed it over with different salsa. But yeah, unfortunately we couldn't really get too into it, just space wise and how like the camera was, and I had on really kind of uncomfortable shoes. So but hopefully we'll get a second chance at it. Yeah, you can't have uncomfortable shoes, you know that.
But that's what we do. We want to look cute.
I know. Exactly.
Right? We want style over comfort.
Exactly. Yes.
You guys have any questions for Vanessa? I don't want to hog up all the time. I know there was a lot of comments about your gorgeous hair.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm
Earlier.
learning how to be a good head of curls.
Well, but you also just changed climates. I know you just moved from New York to LA, and I moved from Miami to LA, and my hair went like.
Yeah, your hair and your skin go through a little change for sure. Yeah, I'm learning that moisturizing and hydrating is number one. So I'm like, okay, I hear it.
Okay, somebody wants to know who's your favorite person to shoot with.
It's, you know, the ones that I do shoot with, Miguel and Johnny, Billy and Sholo, they're both so amazing. I love shooting with Rosa as well. She always gives me that sense of family, and it's kind of like when she's there, we're just like a family unit already. It's pretty sweet.
Well, are there then other spaces where you don't really interact that you'd love to play in?
Definitely, I would love to interact more with Amanda LaRusso, and also I really want Carmen to meet Robbie.
Somebody just asked in the comments, do we think Carmen will meet Robbie?
I really hope so, because I mean, I think that would be super interesting. You know, does she know that he's the one that threw her son off? What's her reaction to that? Does she know that he's Johnny's son and that, you know, relationship has been so damaged? And I think, you know, instinctually feeling out Carmen, she would be like, that's your son. You know what I mean? You have to repair that relationship. So I think that would be a really interesting journey.
A fan from Ecuador says, since your character is from Ecuador, they want you to visit Ecuador. Do you think when everything is good in the world, you'd like to visit?
I would love to visit Ecuador. Yes, absolutely. visitar los Galapagos Islands, of course. That's where I would go first. And then, yeah, please give me your advice on where to go. I'm open.
These things go so fast.
I know. Like, well,
Um, yeah, sorry guys, these go so fast.
the comments are really funny.
Oh, is Carmen are Carmen and Johnny gonna get married? That's a great question.
Who knows? I'm just in this aspect, I'm a fan just like you guys. I really have no idea. I would love to see that happen, but it's really up to the writers.
Somebody says that they're glad that Carmen didn't bump into Johnny while he was on his date with Ali, which is something that I also worried about. I'm like, how things work out for Johnny. Like, even when he's doing something that's not bad, like something bad happens, and I'm like, oh my God, please, please, because if Carmen is,
I know, really, I'm happy that didn't happen too. But read it, just even reading the script, like me, because I'm such a like guardian of Carmen, I was like, what's happening? I was like, what? She losing her man now? But you know, we shall see.
I think it was better the way that it was handled, honestly.
Yeah.
Where it's like you have this chapter to close.
Mm-hmm.
So for those asking, she said earlier that she's from Colombia, from Bogota. ¿Qué hubo pues?
Well, yeah, yo pues, but first generation. So I was born and raised in New Jersey. So really, I'm really Colombian American. I don't know. I straddle many identities.
That's the beauty of the melting pot of America, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, somebody wants to know your feelings about Crease.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, John Kreese, Marty Cove is a very sweet person in real life. You know, genuine and but of course watching him on the screen, you're like, Kreese, like he's always like the biggest Debbie Downer and such a sociopath. Like you're just like, can we not? But you know, every great story needs a great opposite, a great nemesis, right? For the characters to know and develop themselves. So he serves that purpose.
I spoke to him last week, and this was a fear that I had as a kid. I'm like, when I was growing, I was like 6. And to me, him and Freddy Krueger were the scariest people that ever existed. And, and then he's really nice and cool and funny, but it's, so I love that we're learning more about this character. That's I think the great thing, right, about TV, where we can kind of explore more than we do in film.
Yeah, totally. And I mean, in season 3, he has his moments too, where he's like, when he's talking to Johnny, you're like, oh, wait. Yeah, he's actually his sensei and he cares about him. But it's so back and forth. It's so, you experience so much betrayal with Kreese's character that it's hard to trust him. So it's interesting. But I agree with you there. Freddy Krueger was mine. I was just like, oh my God.
Someone is asking about Miguel's dad. Do we know who Miguel's dad is?
That is a Pandora's box that I don't know if will be opened or not. I really don't. But we don't know who he is. So that leaves a lot of potential and possibilities,
That's a great question.
Oh.
Okay, guys, we're going to need to sadly wrap this up a little bit. If there's anybody here who's got a last couple of questions. Otherwise, her curls are going to poop. Somebody said Miguel's dad is.
That'd be hilarious. Can we have a sensei Carmen? Yes.
And that's where your karate background comes in?
Yeah, totally. I have this like fantasy of like, her ex-husband or whatever, Miguel's father coming back, and then she has like, a J-Lo enough moment where she like, tackles him with some martial arts that Johnny taught her. Who knows? We'll see.
Any like wishes for what you hope to see for Carmen in the future and for Miguel?
Oh my gosh, I just hope that they that Carmen especially finds love and like, fullness in life. That she dances more, That's
well, I'm wishing for that wedding, because imagine after following the Karate Kid saga all this time, where he's just like this heartbroken guy looking for his place in the world, and you know, and obviously also that he, you know, he repairs his relationship with Robbie, and we can all be one happy family. I mean, we're Latinos, like we bring everybody into the fold, right?
Exactly. Yes. One of my favorite scenes was when they were having dinner. You know, wow. That's such a Latina mom, first off. You know, like, come, dinner. And then she's like sussing him out, and then, you know, but being super generous too. It's a beautiful thing.
Vanessa Rubio, I love chatting with you. I've been wanting to chat with you for 3 seasons, so I'm glad that we finally got to do it. I have all the best wishes for you and for Carmen, and obviously that Miguel keeps getting better, and voy a prender una velita for that wedding.
Yeah, yeah, please. I'll do the same.
What do you mean? Somebody's asking, will Miguel end up dying? Miguel just survived. We're
Yeah.
thriving. He's back together with Samantha. Oh yeah, somebody did ask how you feel about Miguel and Samantha.
Oh, you know, I think Carmen has a wonderfully generous heart. So I don't think she holds anything really against any of the kids. She's just like, I think she just more keeps her eye on her son. And when she sees that he's happy, she's like, something's going good. And when he's not happy, something's not going good, but she's not quick to blame or judge anybody.
I'm laughing because wait, what did somebody just ask? And it made me laugh and I forgot. Coño. Espérate. Oh, I can go back. Hold on. Oh, it was somebody's proposing to you. Vanessa, will you marry me?
My first online proposal.
We're here to make it come true.
Yes. Who knows what 2021 will hold?
Sorry?
Who knows what 2021 will hold?
Listen, 2020 was wild. So who knows what's coming up for 2021. But I wish you all of the best for 2021 and keep in touch. We're neighbors now in LA. So
Gracias,
we need
Rosy. Yes. Yes.
Thank you for joining us. We're talking to Sholo tomorrow. What should I ask?
Cool. Ask him why he always makes me laugh before I have to do a take.
So cute. Okay, Mama. Thank you. Take care.
Okay, you too, Rosy. Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Gracias.